Most people think January 1 is when the reset begins. But if you wait until then, you've already lost momentum. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to reset your routine before the year ends, so you start the new one already in rhythm. First things first, we need to audit, not your productivity. We need to audit your energy. You can't reset what you haven't noticed. It's amazing how we think we're so in tune with our feelings, except for the fact that we grind away and do a lot of things that we haven't actually checked in on ourselves with. Most people track time. We're really good about talking about that here. Calendar blocking like a queen. We time batch. It's great. But the really successful people are tracking their energy. They know when they're in flow, and they know when they are not. When you have resistance with something in a way that is so not in alignment with you, you have to agree to notice that and do something about it. It's different when you have resistance on something that you want to improve on, that you love being a part of the journey, but still have a difficult time finding your stride in. That's different. We can have resistance in a way that's actually making us better. But if there is some way that you are resistant and you continue to be resistant because you want nothing to do with it and yet it is a part of your life, that is something we have to address. Awareness is what has to come before optimization. We just want to go crazy on optimization and go January 1, No, let's start small. And you're gonna think it's small by just going, how do I feel about this? But it's going to open your eyes to so much. So here's how we're gonna do a little energy audit map. First, as you go through a normal week, you just need to mark those moments, the highs, the lows, anything maybe you just notice as neutral. Then you need to label the hours that you're feeling the most creative, the most in flow. Maybe it's the moments that you feel the most focused or the most social. When you notice a trend about a time of day or a day of the week or a moment that happens, just get more aware of it. And the ones that you want to see more of, let's circle those really big and start to focus our energy there. The things that we don't enjoy so much, the big feelings that should be smaller amounts of time, let's find ways to start to strike them out. Maybe we say no more often. Maybe we say no in really small ways to start to disengage, to start to work our way into a big fat no. Sometimes a big fat no is possible for someone. I have a lot of ability to make big no choices in my life, but it can be difficult depending on your situation to be able to do that. But there might be something small here and there where you can make it clear where your boundary is and show that you're pulling back. If you want consistency, if you've been begging yourself to get consistent on any level, notice your energy, not just the clock. It's really amazing because you think you're just gonna create your routine, but the best routines aren't created. They're revealed. Something I noticed about myself is I kept saying I was a 10 a.m. worker outer. I don't like to go to the gym until like 10. I don't want to work out first thing in the morning. I said it for years. You guys, I said it to you for years. And you know what? Going first thing in the morning is not my favorite thing in the world. I'm telling you. I know I'll post a little photo of my watch on my Instagram stories and be like, look at me, I'm going to the gym so early. That's accountability because I don't want to go. But I show it because I know that I've noticed when I work out, before the kids wake up, before the sun is up, before I have to do anything I have to do today, I am so much happier and more energetic the rest of the day. And happier and more energetic in my life because my health is in check. Sometimes taking care of yourself, making the call based on the peak moment and the feeling is about doing hard things. Speaking of doing hard things, you don't have to make everything harder than it is. There are probably so many things you're doing, probably especially in your work, that you make so hard and you redo over and over again. And you're like, wait, how do I do this again? I don't know how to sell myself. What? Content marketing? Stop. Just make it stop. You need systems for success. That is why I'm so grateful for the sponsor of this segment. That's our friends, at High Level. If there is one tool I am telling everyone about, I mean, my clients, my friends, my family, my neighbors, hey, go High Level. Literally, I'm telling everyone. Just the amount of money that we've saved since I switched is astounding. You take, let's say, 5 or 6 software tools that are in your tech stack and you get rid of them by switching to High Level, and you save a ton of money. I mean, we're talking about $97 a month, saving me right away $1,500 a month. Like, what? That makes no sense. Sign me up. Where have you been all my life? That is why I feel so compelled to tell you about them. And I have an amazing trial. If you want to check it out, go into the description. You get 30 days for free because you're my friend. And also, because I want you to try it so bad, I'm gonna teach you the same lesson I gave my clients in a conference room in New York over an intensive weekend. And I'm teaching a digital event called Best Year Ever. We are going to talk about what it means for you to focus your energy on the most important things in your work, your career, your business for the next year so that you only have to be consistent on what actually moves the needle. I'm going to share all of it with you just like I would to my coaching clients in this live event. And all you have to do is be a member of High Level, signing up with my affiliate link below, and you'll get free access to the event. I'm going to share the replay with everybody that's there. I'm going to have bonuses. We are hitting the ground running next year. Best year ever. Let's start doing the work right now. Check that link out in the description below to get access to the event and the 30-day free trial to High Level. And thanks again to High Level for sponsoring this segment of Amy TV. This next step is very important. You know, I've been talking about it for eons. It's in the Good Morning Good Life planner. This is designing your timeline map. So if you have the planner, or you can just use a scrap sheet of paper, I've given this tutorial many times on the channel, so I will link to it here. But the timeline map is presented every single month. And that is because every month you have to look at your schedule and make sure you are planning for your best life, starting the day, ending the day, getting your rest, depending on the season of what's happening. So that's what I talk about in the planner. What is your wake up time? What is your fall asleep time? What's happening after you wake up? What's happening before you go to bed? And how much sleep are you getting? Girl, how much sleep are you getting? When you have a solid timeline map, you can have faith that the rest of the day is gonna fall in place. Especially if you follow the advice I give you here all the time, like having things such as a win list, something that says, if I do these couple of things, I've won the day. I can start my nighttime routine on time. I can focus on my kids. I can get to bed by this time. I can fall asleep by this time. I will wake up at that moment. I will do these 3 things to start my day on my terms. The timeline map is that fail-safe that the day will be bookended appropriately so that you can do whatever it takes during the day to get your most important work done. I can't live without my timeline map. I don't have to write it anymore. Like, I just have it memorized. I know what my morning routine is. I wrote a book called Good Morning Good Life. You think I don't know what my morning routine is? Locked up. I know what my nighttime routine is. I know I'm like, child, you need to go to sleep because I need to go to sleep. So we're holding each other accountable there. I know what this is for me like the back of my hand. If you don't know what time you should be asleep by, so you know what time you need to wake up by, then you definitely don't know what time you should be in bed because that's not the same time. And you definitely don't know what time you should be eating dinner. And you definitely don't know what time your evening routine starts. Reverse engineer your success. It's as simple as writing it down. I will link to the video tutorial on this so that you can do it on a piece of paper, or you can check out the planner. Link in the description below. The bottom line is, great days start the night before. And one of the most important things you can do next is anchor your systems before the year starts. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. James Clear from Atomic Habits is credited with this quote because it's magical and so true. You're not gonna have willpower all the time. Actually, pretty rare. You're not going to be perfectly motivated to do the thing you know you're supposed to, especially if it's new to you. So if you actually want January to be different, we have to work on what systems you'll have in place to make action inevitable at that point. What are you doing now to make it not so brand new territory by then? Let's get a little familiar. What are your systems for meal planning? What are your systems for waking up on time? What are your systems for making sure the kids learn a good routine for themselves? If you use your kids as an excuse as to why you don't do any of those things, why not try using them as the excuse as to why you don't have a choice? Show them what a great habit looks like. Show them what a great morning routine looks like. If you can't do it by yourself because they won't leave you alone, teach them what you're doing. We need the systems because we need to have faith. And we need to have faith because we need to have the trust in ourselves. Your kids need that from you because they need it for themselves. Do this for yourself more than anyone. A system that makes it impossible for you to fail is a system that makes you closer to your vision. If you think you're not ready, it's time to start because you have to start before you're ready. December is not the end of the year. It's the warm-up lap. So let's hit the ground running. I can't wait to see you at Best Year Ever. The link is in the description down below, so make sure you are all signed up so I will see you there. That is how I reset my morning routine to hit the ground running for a new year. If you need help with your timeline map so that you can start the day on your terms, click here and I'll see you there.